In the world of dance, behind every perfect pose and precise movement lies countless moments of quiet endurance and unyielding perseverance. To an audience, a dancer seems to glide across the stage effortlessly, as if born to embody elegance and grace. But for dance students, maintaining that illusion of weightlessness requires not only endless practice but also relentless self-discipline, both of the body and the mind. Maintaining an appropriate weight is not merely a matter of health, it is an essential part of cultivating stage presence, meeting strict aesthetic standards, and gaining a competitive edge. Whether during the intense, nerve-wracking days of preparing for entrance exams or over the long years spent chasing their distant dreams, weight management remains a constant and sometimes daunting companion in their lives. This seemingly simple number, the one displayed on the scale, carries with it their endless pursuit of an ideal figure, absolute body control, and the highest form of artistic expression. It represents the culmination of countless sacrifices, the quiet victories of self-restraint, and their determination to transcend the ordinary. To maintain their ideal shape, dance students weigh themselves regularly, sometimes even daily, watching for even the subtlest changes in their bodies. That brief moment standing on the scale is always charged with complex emotions, hopeful to see the fruits of their discipline, yet anxious and tense about even the slightest increase. A minor gain in weight can bring not only a heavier body but also an even heavier psychological burden. They understand all too well that even an ounce of difference might translate into less fluid lines on stage, a less perfect execution of technique, or even a critical difference in exam and competition results. In the unforgiving world of dance, which demands the ultimate in physical beauty, weight management is the very first threshold on the path toward perfection. As such, they approach eating with extraordinary caution. Meals become a delicate art of balancing nutrition and calories, staying just healthy enough without allowing even one unnecessary calorie to undo months of hard work. On their plates, food appears in measured portions and carefully planned combinations: lean proteins, fiber-rich vegetables, moderate amounts of carbohydrates. Nothing is left to chance. Many have long learned to refuse desserts, fried snacks, and sugary drinks, mastering the discipline to say no to every enticing indulgence. They strive to find that fine balance between hunger and fullness, knowing full well that even a moment's carelessness could take weeks to atone for. But such restraint does not come easily, especially for young dancers still in the midst of adolescence. At this stage of life, their appetites and metabolisms are at their most vigorous, their growing bodies constantly crave energy. Faced with tables full of tempting and colorful food, it is almost cruel to remain indifferent. The fragrance of freshly baked cakes, the irresistible crackle of fried chicken, the soft sweetness of creamy milk tea, treats that are ordinary and harmless for their peers become forbidden fruit for them. Resisting these high-calorie temptations demands remarkable discipline and patience. Many quietly whisper to themselves, over and over again, "Endure today, so you can shine more beautifully tomorrow on stage." And yet, this tenacity extends far beyond the dining table. It is woven into every aspect of their rigorous training. In the studio, dancers face daily trials that test both body and spirit to their limits. Flexibility, strength, balance, control, these are the very fundamentals of survival as a dancer, and each requires years of relentless practice and repetition. Every stretch feels like a battle waged against the natural boundaries of their bodies. Every difficult step or leap is a confrontation with pain and fatigue. Again and again, they endure the searing ache of strained muscles and feel their tendons tighten to the brink of snapping, yet they grit their teeth, push through the pain, and keep moving forward. Because they know that to stop now is to be surpassed by others who work harder. To settle for less than perfect is to betray the vision of their best selves. Those who are just starting out may at first only barely touch their toes, their movements stiff and awkward, their back bends hesitant and clumsy. But with every drop of sweat soaking into the studio floor, with every morning that begins before the sun rises and every night that ends long after it sets, their bodies begin to adapt to this extreme existence. Little by little, their flexibility improves, their lines become cleaner, their movements more fluid and precise. One day, seemingly without realizing it, they can effortlessly slide into splits, execute graceful backflips, and move freely to the rhythm of the music. their bodies finally becoming the perfect instruments to express the depths of their emotions. On this path toward their dreams, they must overcome both the temptations of indulgence and the harsh limits of their own bodies. It is a road paved with challenges and hardships, but that is precisely what makes every step so precious. Through sheer willpower and relentless effort, they inch closer to their ideals day by day. Whether practicing restraint at the dining table, pushing through another grueling rehearsal, or stepping onto the stage to give their all, they embody the true meaning of perseverance and belief. This unyielding spirit becomes the quiet strength behind their dazzling presence when the curtains rise. Nothing about their daily lives comes easily. Their schedules are tightly packed and demanding. Apart from academic classes, almost all of their time is devoted to the studio. From early morning to late at night, they can be found at the bar, on the mats, in front of the mirror, repeating the same movements hundreds of times, correcting every slight imperfection, adjusting every nuance of their balance and posture. Their toes develop thick calluses, their legs are often bruised and sore, and their bodies carry silent marks of their growth. Every scar, every aching muscle, and every tear shed in solitude tell the story of their journey. When a performance finally ends and the audience erupts in thunderous applause, all anyone sees are their graceful, radiant figures bathed in light. Few realize the silent sacrifices hidden behind those few flawless minutes on stage. The tears that glisten in their eyes, the subtle trembling of their legs, the sweat clinging to their skin, all of it is evidence of a dedication so deep it defies words. And yet, these dancers rarely complain. They know in their hearts that no path to the stage is ever smooth, and no seemingly effortless dance comes without endless, unseen toil. They are willing to endure hunger, pain, exhaustion, and loneliness, all for the chance to stand at the center of the stage and pour out all their light and energy in that fleeting, magical moment.